What's happening, guys? My name is Jareth. Today we're going to be playing some new Marvel Snap. Thought it was a good idea to show you guys some of the decks that I've been starting off pre-level 100. Really just kind of going with the idea of themes and just kind of, playing with what you get is really going to be where you find the biggest advantage, in my opinion. Obviously there's a lot to learn to this game as it's brand new, just kind of getting started, but one thing I've really enjoyed so far is the fact that a lot of this is free to play. You got your different cool cards that you can get and different variants that make it look and feel a little bit different than your everyday gameplay. So as you can see, my Nova here's just real basic, but eventually if you spend some of your material, you can get them up to this cool pop out art with moving background and whatnot. This looks really cool, gets kind of that legendary border and whatnot. But yeah, the reason why you guys are here today, talking about some deck building pre-level 100. So biggest thing that I found my initial value with was finding the cards that I had the most success with on turn 6. So really that led me to Spectrum. On reveal, give your ongoing cards +2 power, so kind of going with an ongoing effect. And then Onslaught, another person who hits the board turn 6 and can do a lot. So stick with some of these big things as your primary end games, so to speak. Just as you're playing with a lot of the different sites, you'll realize that your biggest card is going to typically make the biggest impact. But with that, let's get started. I thought I would start us off with the big reveal, is what I call this deck. So, again, play with what you got. You're gonna get more and more cards as as you progress. It's pretty easy initially to collect new cards, and there's so many different ones out there. But where I started was in this filters tab, and I started with my on reveal cards. So essentially this deck is starting with, as soon as you play this character on the board, it activates their on reveal effect. So a lot of my cards in this deck are revolved around that. So starting off with Hawkeye, if you play a card here next turn, +2 power, and that just really helps kind of set it off early, give you that on reveal effect. This one I thought was kind of cool. We went with Odin as our big one, and then Heimdall to go with him. Really our main thought is the reveal abilities are going to continue, and they're going to give better advantages for your long-term type of gameplay. So White Tiger, for example, adding 7 power Tiger to another location. So again, that on reveal stuff is just kind of playing into effect. And then another theme that I thought would be a good starting place for a lot of different people is the ongoing effects. So I named this one Keep It Up, as we're continuing to utilize the abilities of the characters on the board. So some initial ones, like I mentioned before, Onslaught, doubling the effect of ongoing effects at this location. So really trying to centralize our thought process around big things like Iron Man. Iron Man adds our total power, and it is doubled at this location. So if there's ever a chance of your opponent ever thinking they're going to win a fight, you just put Iron Man with a couple different people and you top it off with Onslaught, and that's a good way to kind of finalize your victory in a lot of scenarios. You'll notice that I still put in some on reveal cards, as you're still kind of building up your deck, your different card abilities and whatnot, but you really find that some cards are just nice to have, and Gamora I thought was a nice 5-drop addition to this. But again, kind of centralize around your themes, right? Filter it out, see what you like, and always go back and play some of your favorite cards. For example, Nova's been one of the newest cards I got, but I really like his character. So the thought here is when this card is destroyed, give your cards +2 power. So I didn't really have a lot of destroy effects, but one thing I noticed was he's a low cost. So that leads me to this deck here, which I titled the Power of One. So the Power of One, kind of what you'd expect. It's got a lot of 1-cost units in it, and we try to capitalize with Carnage to go on top of that. So Carnage on reveal, destroy my other cards on this location, and he gets a +2 power for each of those destroyed targets. So if you think about that, you can play him with Nova, and you're going to be giving a lot of power out on the board for yourself. So +2 power, and that's just cards in general. So it doesn't even matter, you know, if they're on that site, they're going to get this +2 power. So usually turn 3 or 4, you want to have your turn 1 Nova, or you got your turn 1 Quicksilver is always in your hand. Play that, and then turn 3 or 4, you can drop that Carnage on that location, and you can really step your game up. Another key player to this team comp is really going to be Khazar, as you know, he's got this ability here, an ongoing effect of your 1-cost cards have +1 power. So again, since we're playing a lot of 1-cost units like Ant-Man, we're really trying to maximize that efficiency. So adding +1 power to this character, and then your additional effects as you add more to that target location. Again, if you have 3 other cards at this location, you get +3 power, and then you get an additional one with Khazar. And like I mentioned before, we always want our big drop to be some of our keyest players. This one for me, Spectrum. As you can see, on reveal, give your ongoing cards +2. And again, just another way to overall buff up that board with the +2 ability power for anything with ongoing. And that pairs really well with Punisher, giving us more power based off of the amount on the other side. So he's a pretty good late game card to be playing when you're not too sure if you're going to win a location. So no, there's a lot in here. I think biggest way to really show you how this is going to work is playing some games. So let's give it a go here. So I've been finding the most fun I've had with this Power of One deck. So we're going to get started here and see if we can do a few snaps along the way, get some extra points. Sharonda. Alrighty. So we got our Quicksilver, looking nice. We got Carnage, which is some very high potential for us. So right here on reveal, effects happening twice at this location. So maybe we can utilize Carnage here and get some additional power. We'll see if it works like that. So might as well add in Quicksilver here. Typically, if we didn't know it was at this location, I would try to play on the second or third location just to kind of see what advantage I might be able to get by playing there early. So next turn here, he played his Ant-Man, so he's prepping to play a lot of different cards here, as you kind of just expect, since his ability doesn't really happen until he's get a full board. So we kind of know he's going to go hard here, more than likely. So sometimes we can kind of taunt him out. I like to play Medusa here in the middle, just because her ability of giving +2 power at this location. So while it's not giving me too much advantage, I want him to think he has to try hard at this location in order to win, but we're likely just going to give it to him. He played the Rocket. He gets some extra points for that. Getting that, I played something at that same one. Placed both decks with 10 random cards, so that actually might have worked in my favor, as it gave me an additional Khazar, which is pretty nice. So here's what I'm going to do here. I like this on reveal effect happening twice, so we're going to play Nightcrawler and Quicksilver on this location, and then put Carnage on top of them. Ooh, haven't seen Venom yet. On reveal, destroy your other cards of this location and add their power. So it looks like a Carnage, so this would be a great addition to this deck if you got it. Nice, kind of like that cool ability there. Carnage is going to go hard. We'll see if it works twice. It doesn't. Okay. It's still good to know. It's cool, by all means. If there was for a reason you kill someone and they spawn a creature in, then I think that would trigger that Carnage ability again for us. So we drew Juggernaut. This wasn't in our deck originally, but came in with that last reveal there. So if your opponent played cards here this turn, move them randomly. We're on turn 4. He's likely going to play something here, but I don't really care about that. We're already winning this location. We're likely going to lose the one in the middle, so let's spread the love and put Khazar here on the end. So he's kind of got the same idea here. I think that destroys, yeah, so it doesn't really give him much advantage there. But so he snapped, but I think we got a better shot, so we're going to snap as well. So snapping, if you don't know, gives you a higher chance of winning more cosmic cubes at the end of the match, right here up at the end. So the more of those you win, the higher rank you get. And at this time, I think it's just kind of more rewards to get cooler looking cards and whatnot. So the hood, on reveal, add a demon to your hand. I haven't used them before, but it might be cool. 5, so I think... So Khazar actually isn't giving us much advantage since our 1 token's died. He's going to want to fight us here, I think, so we're going to try that. And then we don't really care about that spot anymore. So we'll give him -2 here. So our Juggernaut kind of stunk it up there. He didn't do too much since he didn't play anybody. So we got a free demon. That's kind of nice. So he's going to give us a lot of points. So I think we're going to spread it out a little bit here. Khazar is actually going to come in and do a lot more for us this turn. So the trick is here is if we want to play him on our District X where it's already really close, or play it here. He's already won this one. We kind of know that. So I think we spread it out here. See, he didn't try very hard for those last 2 positions. He went hard for the middle, which, again, from the start, we knew we were going to give up. So solid victory for us right there. All right, some victory right there. I think we're gonna give that another go. Give you guys a little taste of what to expect with this deck, and we'll get it going. All right. Just gonna get right back into it. Hero Cobbler. We'll see how this goes. America Chavez. Always good to start with that Quicksilver. We got the Punisher. So Sakar. We got a little bit of a double action going on there. I'm actually gonna go Nightcrawler in the middle here, since we already know what's at Sakar. And yeah, he's kind of playing his hand there already. So okay, again, he played an Ant-Man. We kind of know what his plan is he's planning on staying there and kind of beefing up. So next location reveal was Nova Roma. We drew a card, got Mr. Fantastic and our Carnage. So not looking too shabby here. What we might do is, I think we want Medusa in the middle. Just makes the most sense. Oh, it's kind of a cool effect. She's got her hair twirling around with that legendary art. That's cool. Yeah, but I think we're going to put her here in the middle. Maybe next turn we'll move Nightcrawler over, since we can move him once, put him on Sakar, and then wrap it up with Carnage on top of that. So he put down a Sentinel, and he's going for this last location, so he's pretty much, from the looks of it, giving me this middle one. We got to Limbo, which means we got an additional turn, so we want to play a little bit more in the long game, which I think is a good idea. So we're greedy. We're going to snap, and we're going to see what we can do. Get some extra points this game. So could do some early Carnage. Wouldn't be a bad move. We might do it. We're gonna waste a mana here maybe, so we could save it. So I like this Angela here in the middle. Maybe we can just do her, waste a mana, But we know we want to do Mr. Fantastic regardless, so maybe let's put him down, get some of those extra points out a little early. See what he wants to do. Alright, the fact that he played a Punisher there and he's got an Ant-Man ready to go, he can potentially get a lot of points the more I play there as well. So I kind of like Quicksilver being by himself, and maybe we'll stick around with Nightcrawler. We drew our Spectrum. That'll be a nice turn 6 drop for us. But for now, I think we can maybe get a little greedy here. Carnage can do some work for us. And then we might as well move over here too. So you play this Devil Dinosaur. I'm not too worried about that really. So you go Carnage eating up his allies, going up to 6. Now we can play more there, which is great. So we got a Khazar. We don't have any more 1 costs anymore, but that seems to be fine. We're winning this area even with him, so he's gonna go play one more character here, more than likely. He's got a Devil Dinosaur, so he's getting more points here, so I think we are good with, we're gonna put Khazar here. We don't want to play our Punisher yet, just in case. He can be good for us later on turn 7. But we'll play this Khazar over here on Limbo, because we're still fine for those points. This one I'm a little worried about because what he can do with Ant-Man and the Punisher. More things go here, the worse for me. He got a Mr. Fantastic, which... Alright. Ooh, so he snapped. Let's see what he can do here. I think we got this in the bag still. So we got our Ant-Man. We could play Ant-Man and the Punisher over here on this one and ensure victory for sure. I really think he wants this right here. So I might be able to do something like this. And that's gonna buff up my ongoing power, people. Yeah, I like it. This is gonna give us a lot of points in the middle. He's spreading out. Okay, so we pretty much say screw Sakaar. He's got Sakaar. He killed his Onslaught. I'm sure he's not too happy about that. Lady Sif cut him down. Alright, so we're winning these 2 locations right now. This is going to go down. So he's pretty close here in the middle. I betcha he's going to go a little bit more hard here. So we're going to go ahead, Punisher here, and then we're going to go Hawkeye and Ant-Man here. So since we're doing it like this, we're going to ensure we get more points than him, because no matter how many more people he plays here, we're already winning. We're going to get more points with the Punisher more than likely. And then we got Angela here who's going to get some more +1s here with Hawkeye and Ant-Man coming out, and then Ant-Man gets that additional. So that's a win. Victory. That's how it's done. He snapped as well, so we got that maxed out 8 points. But yeah, it's 2 victories in a row. Yeah, guys, really, like I said, biggest thing you can do is play with the cards you enjoy. Try to pick some themes, revolve around a certain theme idea. You know, mine was with the power of 1. We wanted to go with a lot of 1-cost units, have some fun with a lot of the early power that can lead you to late stuff with your Spectrums and your Punishers. That can really add some value late game. But yeah, guys, that's what I got for you here today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate all the support you guys could potentially give me. Looking to try to continue to make these videos and keep you guys informed about what I'm having the most success with pre-level 100 and where that can take us onward. So thanks for tuning in.